They laughed at him every single day. They called him useless, slow, and a waste of time. But what they didn't know was that his silence was building something powerful. This is not a story of talent. This is not a story of luck. This is the story of how hard work slowly changed one man's fate. In a small town, there lived a young man named Ariv. He was an ordinary boy, nothing special. Average marks in school, no strong skills, no rich family behind him. Every morning he walked to school with his head down, not because he was shy, but because he already knew what was coming. Here comes the failure. Why do you even try? You will never become anything. These words followed him everywhere. Classmates laughed. Teachers ignored him. Even relatives shook their heads and said, "This boy has no future." At home, things were not easy either. His father worked long hours, yet money was always short. His mother worried silently, counting every rupee. Arav wanted to help. He wanted to change something, but every time he tried, he failed. And people noticed only that, not his effort, only his failure. Years passed, but nothing changed. Arav grew older, but the mocking stayed the same. He tried different jobs. He tried studying harder. He tried learning new skills, but success didn't come quickly, and people lost patience. During a family gathering, someone laughed and said, "Look at him, still struggling. Others are settled. He is still dreaming." Everyone laughed, except Arav. That night, he couldn't sleep. The words replayed in his head again and again. He felt angry. He felt ashamed. He felt tired. For the first time, he asked himself a painful question. Am I really useless? He looked at his reflection in the mirror. Tired eyes, rough hands, a heart full of dreams, but no proof. He could quit. Many people expected him to quit. But deep inside, a small voice whispered, "What if you don't stop?" The next morning, Arav made a quiet decision. He didn't announce it. He didn't argue with anyone. He simply decided to work every day, without excuses. He woke up early. He studied after work. He practiced skills late at night when others slept. There were days when his body ached, days when nothing seemed to improve, days when failure came again. But this time, he didn't complain. He didn't explain himself to anyone. While others talked, he worked. While others laughed, he practiced. While others rested, he pushed one more hour. People still mocked him. In fact, they mocked him even more. Working hard won't change who you are. You're just wasting time. Arav heard it all, but he kept going because something had changed. Not his results, but his mindset. One night, after months of effort, Arav failed again. The opportunity he worked so hard for slipped away. He sat alone on the floor. Tears rolled down his face. For a moment, he wanted to give up. For a moment, quitting felt easy. Then he remembered something. All those years of mocking, all those nights of effort. He wiped his tears and said softly, "I didn't come this far to stop now." That moment broke him and rebuilt him. From that day, he worked smarter and harder. He learned from mistakes instead of feeling ashamed. He improved step by step. Months turned into years, and slowly, very slowly, things began to change. One day, Arav achieved something small, then another, then something bigger. People noticed. The same people who once laughed now asked questions. How did you do it? When did you become so skilled? Arav didn't reply with anger. He didn't remind them of the mocking. He just smiled. Years later, Arav stood where no one expected him to be,
stable, respected, confident. Not because he was the smartest, not because he was lucky, but because he refused to stop working when results were invisible. The same people who once doubted him now said he was always hardworking. But Arav knew the truth. They didn't believe when it mattered.
Here is the lesson. Hard work does not make noise. It works quietly. People will mock you when results are not visible. They will doubt you when progress is slow. But remember this, results speak louder than opinions. If you keep working when no one is clapping, if you stay patient when success is late, one day your effort will answer everyone. So if today you feel ignored, if you feel laughed at, if you feel tired of trying, don't stop. Your hard work is changing your fate, even if the world can't see it yet. And one day, they will.